Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. In this channel, we consistently upload the coding solutions from the contests like CodeChef, Codeforces, and LeetCode. We also upload the problem of the day from Geek for Geeks and daily challenges from LeetCode. So today we are solving the question traffic light, which is a part of a problem list from Codeforces around 828 division 3, and this is a category C problem. So in this question we are given a string S which consists of only three types of characters: red, green and yellow, which is denoted by R, Y and G. And we are also given a K character, which is basically the character which we are currently standing at, and we have to cross the road from that character only. So in this question what we have to do is that we have to return the maximum of the minimum time that is required to cross the road from that given character K. So let us understand the question better with a given example. So here we are given an example. So let us consider a string YRRGY. So in this we are storing the index of the position of the next green element that is present after the current index position. So here we see that the next green element that is present after y, which is at index 0, is at index 3. Similarly for r, which is at index 1, is also at index 3, and for this r also it is at index 3. For this green, it is itself, it is the element itself, as which is the index 3, and for this y there is no green element present on its right. So we treat this thing as a circular string which has been mentioned in the question. And now for this y, which is at index 4, the next green element position is index 3. So now what we do is that we calculate. So how did we calculate this thing? How to store this thing in vector? Let us understand by the code. So in this vector, we are storing the next green element position. So what we are doing is that we are iterating or traversing from the backward direction, and we check whether the given character is G or not. If the given character is G, then we store the index of that character only into the vector. If it is not G, then we check if the character in front of it has some value stored to it or not. If the character in front of it has some value stored, then we store the same value in that particular index also. We do this until we reach 0, and when we reach 0 we get the next green position vector assigned. Now we go back to our picture. Here, as we have our next green position vector assigned, now we check whether the element is present, the green is present in its right side or not. So for this r, we have our green to the right side. For this r, we have our green to the right side. For this r, we have green, but for this y, we don't have any green element to its right side. So for the y at position 4, the next green element is always going to be the maximum of the previous answer and n minus 1 plus next screen of I. This thing denotes as, because of the circular array, we take the index of the previous green, or we can say the green that is in the that occurs the first, for the first time when we traverse from the front direction. So we use that one as our next green for this y, which is the green which is present in third index. Now let's go through the code for better clear explanation of the code. So here what we are doing is that we are taking the input n, k and string s, and then we are performing that in a task function. So in the task function, what we are doing is that we check if k is equal to g, then we simply return 0, because if we are standing at green, then we don't need to cross the road. We are currently stable, so we don't need to cross the road. Then we are storing the first green occurrence in fg. Now this is for the next green position. This vector is used to store the position of the next green element for every index. Now what we are doing is that we are using an integer answer which stores -1, and we are iterating from the backward direction, and then we check if we have some character that is equal to k. Then we check whether we can cross the road or not. We can cross the road, and then if we can cross the road, then we check whether the answer that the time that we are currently consuming is greater or not from the previous time that we are consuming. So here we check for that condition only, for circular string condition that I've explained earlier. This condition we check. So if that condition is not there, then we update the answer. If that condition is there, then we don't. We update the answer normally. Then finally we print our answer and return. So thank you.